Yes, friends. Now in this video, we will discuss the pivot table. In a briefly, we have in a previous session we have discussed the pivot table with using of different functionality. So now in this session, now you clear about the what is a row data, what is a column data, what is a filter, what is a total. This now you have to clear idea about this one. Now in this video, we will create a very short video, and now we will create how to create a pivot table with using of aging pivot report. I will share my screen with using of particular data. So now you can see here. Excel data is see for you, that is a aging report, which one we will discuss in the previous lecture also. So now in this tab, we will using the pivot table also. Then in the pivot table, this is used for this pivot table: month, decided salary, invoice date, sales number, customer number, product code, unit price, then quantity, sales before tax, sales plus tax. This is all are the field. Now, in the previous demo, we will discuss what is a row label, what is a column label. We will create a month and control shift down arrow key. Control shift down arrow key, control up arrow key, control down arrow key. We will use this functionality with using of this one. If we will go control down, then select all the value. We will select the whole the value, control up arrow key and select the all the value, right? Otherwise, else you want to use the mouse click command and select the particular data. So you want to searching the particular data on the basis of this one. Invoice number, invoice date, sales number, and month. Now you want to select the whole the data on the basis of this one. We have to select on particular data. We cannot select the whole the data. Otherwise, else you can select the whole the data. On the basis of this one, you can select it the whole the data. Control shift down arrow key. You can use this down arrow key on the basis of this one. Shift down arrow key, select one by one. And control shift down arrow key, select all. Control shift up arrow key, select all. Now you have to clear idea about the control up, control down, control shift up, and control down. Control down, you can see the 900. Control up, this is up arrow key. Control shift right arrow key, select all. Control shift down arrow key, select only one. Then we will select the particular row. If we will select one by one on the using of shift arrow key. If you using the shift arrow key, using one by one. When we press the on the using of control and shift, you have to down arrow key, then all the data it will be selected. Now in the insert tab, if this is option is not available, at that time we will use the string command. We will use the pivot table, select the range data, new worksheet, existing worksheet. We will use the new worksheet. Here, this 4 column is now clear from your side. We will discuss in the previous session also what is a row, what is a filter, what is a column, and what is a value. In the previous session, we will use the invoice number. Invoice number, when we click here, it will be always come here on the sum of the previous. We will row label, and we will put the here, for example. When we click on this, now you can check here. Pivot table, all the functionality is not available here. So when we click here, all the functionality is now available. Now sales number, we will get the sales number, customer number. This is sales number and customer number from your side. Now we will put out this value, sales number and customer number, right? This is a value. If we will use the sales number here, then you have to put out the value here. If we will the sales number is particular places, this is all are the row, right? This is all are the row basis. This is a individually. You can see this individually. How it is in a one-to-one. We can go for the design tab. So we have to clear idea because this is individually. If we will not want the sales number, then remove this field. If we not want the customer number, we remove this field, right? This is invoice number. Now it has come from the invoice number. In the next, we will discuss on the basis of invoice number. You have to predefine the sales before tax. Yes, sales before tax, I want to total. Sales tax and sales plus tax. So now on the basis of invoice number, we will find out the sales plus tax, sales before tax, sales value. invoice number, it's unique. So every individual pieces, this is not come from the sum. This is come from the using on every individual data. This is not summarize of data, because this is whole the data. Ultimately, this is come for data. So this is not a ultimately summarized data. What we want of the summarize of data, if I am finding this details on the basis of month, for example, not want to the invoice number, we will left click on this and remove it. Now this is a summarized data. This is a month wise: January, February, March, April, May, June. This is month wise summarized data. In our data, this is a not any month identified. Month, we will identify the month. How to identify the month? In the previous session, we will discuss, but if at that moment, if you know about the how to find out in the date from the month, this is a date and I'm finding out mm. If it is 2 times, it is written 01. If it is 3 times, it will be written only Jan. 3 times, 4 times. If I'm writing 4 times, this is polar January. So whole the January value it is come from your side. So January, February, March, and so on. So on the basis of this value, we will find out the particular data on this one. So this is your data find out. Now you have to query why always it is sum. If I'm average, count, minimum, maximum, then it's not possible. Yes, this is always possible. If I'm left click, then value fill item settings, and if I'm going from the average, then it is average from value. If left click on this value and value item settings and go for the average, then average fill settings. If I'm going this value and fill item settings and go for the average, then also average is also coming from your side. So make sure that average month values is also coming. Now, this is average salary. If you want to, not an average, you want to count on the sales before tax, I want to count. Here is a grand total also. In an average, we want to not an average, we want standard deviation, average maximum of this. So in the January field, what is a maximum value? It will be written in your data. Any January value, which one data is maximum, this one data is written from your side. So make sure that the January value it will be written. Value fill item set, if it is minimum value, then the mean value is from. Is that clear? Now it is clear from your side how count is coming, how max is coming, how minimum value is coming from your side. This is, we can use the variation, standard derivation, but in some places, but count, maximum, minimum, sum, average, we will use the any places. So we can do this value on the any places. If you use the product code, for example, here is a product code. You can see here the product code is coming in the next line, next field. If you use this value on the product code, if I am using this product code on this filter value, so we will use the product code value on the filter also. Product code value in the filter also, we will do this functionality on the this of basis. This basis of, we will use the product code, month and product code. Product code, this is January, product code 0102 03 05 06 value. So it will be written the 01 02 03 05 06 value. So this is a product code value is coming. If it is unit price, quantity, sales number, invoice date, invoice number, this all are the value is coming from your side. So this is a, make sure that this is very useful from your side whenever you are putting the value on the column. If you're putting the unit price here, this is unit price, right? If you don't want to use the unit price, then it's okay. Unit price is okay, fine. You cannot use the unit price. If you use the sales number, then using of the sales number, you can use this. Now you can have a clear idea. In the January month, product code 05, sales number is this one. So count, before tax, maximum and minimum value for this one. If I'm using February 03, sales number, count, sales before tax, maximum tax and minimum tax. So you want to use this one. So now you have to clear idea about the maximum, minimum, count, standard derivations, standard variations, invoice number on the basis of this one. you use the invoice number, then you can use here for invoice number. So now you have to clear the invoice number. So all the description of data now you have to clear. So make sure that all the description of data now you have to clear from this one. Okay. So if you want to not use the invoice number, then I don't want to use the invoice number here. We not want to use invoice number. So invoice number is removed. From I want to use the invoice date, month and invoice date. Then month and invoice dates is also coming from your side. Month and invoice date. I'm not using the month here because this field is 2 times is coming from this field. So we will use the month also. So we can use this one. So now you have to clear idea about the invoice date, this value, this number, this product code, and month of this value. We want to use the invoice date also. So we have to put out this invoice date on this functionality. So we have to invoice date on this functionality. We will use the invoice date on this functionality also. So you have to easily put out this value. If you, this is a 2 times 1 because in the data, it will be 2 times coming. So it will be coming from the 2 times. Now, from the next, now the table is clear from your side. Sales number, product code, unit price, month, count, maximum, minimum, sales before tax, sales plus tax. Now you have to clear idea about this one. Now you want to use the design part. Now, if you want to use this types of table, you can use this. If you want to use this type of table, if you want to use this types of table, you want to use this types of table, and if you want this types of table also, right? This is January, February, all the data, it's all about the data. You want to use this data. We will use the dark, light, and all these things. If we will use the simple, if we will use this one functionality, this is all are the table. We will use the row wise and column wise. This is all a bandits row, bandits column. All the data is coming from your side. So if you want to use the row column, all the data is coming from your side. This is blue color. This is a color combination. All the color combination you want to use this color combination. So you will be how to put out all the value on the basis of this one. You have to put this value. Now, if you're not using this column, rows, row header, it's not using column header, it's not using, then simple types of pivot table, it's coming from your side. So all are, this is called as a designing tab. You can use the design. Now, you can use this in the previous session, January, and below the 05. Then this is called as a report layout. So in a tabular format, for example. So in an outline format, this is an outline format. Do not repeat the all items. If the repeats the all items, you can see here the repeats the all items. So all the value is not a particularly column value. It's not a particularly heading for this one. This is individually this value is coming from your side. You have to see the color and combination also. You want to put the blank row, then you want to put it. If you don't want to the blank row, then you don't want to put it. So in a compact form, this is compact form. In the previous session, we show the compact form. We don't show the particular repeated all items and outline form. This is the outline form. You can see here the outline form. This is a color tabular form. This all are the tabular format. You want to use this tabular format on this one also. So you have to clear idea. Pivot table design is very important because ultimately this is a summarize of data. When we are doing with the summarize of your data, At that time, data is on particular very proper manner. So if it is proper manner, then you can work with your data exactly. If it is not in a proper manner, then you cannot data. You have to design the data. For example, you have to give the simple design and submit to any one place. So it will be not exactly show the particular what you want, why we use this data. They don't know about this data. If, for example, I will remove this field, this is all I'll remove this field. Now count before text, maximum sales text, minimum sales text, count. This is all are the option. We will use this option. This is all are the options. We will use this option. On the basis of this one, we will use the particular this data. So we want to use this data on the basis of particular value. Now, here is a grant total also. So now the designing part, report layout. We will use the different report layout, product code, unit price. For example, I will do the unit price, product code. Unit price is here. We will put out here because unit price is here. Now, this is all our, we will show the report layout. So in a compact form, this is compact form. So in outline form, this is called outline form. If it is tabular format, this is called the tab, because the tabular format, all the data is coming from line wise. Otherwise, it is not coming from the line wise. Repeated all items, this is all our items are already repeated. Do not repeated all items. You can see here January, then this now is a blank. So it will be not repeated. It will be easily come with your site. But whenever you are printing of data, at that time, repeated item it's necessary. So make sure that whenever you are printing of the data, at that time, repeated data, it's come from your site. So it will be work with your data. Repeat all items. Here is a repeat all items. So in this manner, we have to control P. Control P, it's mean that print the data. So now you can see here, this is a perfect way you can printing of data. If the report layout do not repeat all items and control P, now you can see the data. At that time, it's very difficult to identify your data on the basis of the particular value. So it is very critical from your side to identify the particular value. It is a very difficult from your side, not a critical. This is difficult from your side to identify the particular value on the basis of this one. So make sure that this is a clear value. Now, if you want to use blank row, insert the blank row after each item. So you can see here, after the each item, blank row is inserted. So make sure that after the each row, blank row is coming from your side. So after each row, if the blank row is coming, so when the data you are putting from the repeated oil items, this is called repeated oil items. So now you can see here, this is called as particular value. So we will put the control P. At that time, we will print this data. At that time, you have to repeat all items and blank row. So we have to decently, we will have to print this data. And whenever you are submitted in each place, so this is a highly recommended this file. So we want to use this file on the basis of this one. So whenever you are printing of this data, this is a particular manner we want to printing of this data on the basis of this one. So we have to print the data and copy the data in the January, February, March, April, May, and June, and so on. July, August, September, October, November, December, all the data is coming from your side. So this is a exactly match your data. Whenever you're exactly match your data, at that time, printing option is very useful because this is all are the summarized data, and summarized data you want to directly submit your data with someone place. So it is very useful. So make sure that printing option is usable your side. Go for the analyze tab also, designing tab also. So whenever go for the designing tab, at that moment, this all the option is clear, report, layout, plan, row. This is all are the designing tab. We not want to any use. If for the layout update, if it is updated. Layout update is a differ. We cannot use this layout. We can use this layout. Differ layout update. You can see here subtotal, grand total, blank rows. All the option is disabled. Analyze tab. Analyze tab is also tab of the pivot table. This is all are the disabled. So now you can see that this is all the option is enabled and you can use this option on the basis of pivot table and you can use this value. So you have to clear idea about the design tab. You want to go for the design tab. Subtotal and grand total is remaining. Yes, we will go for the grand total. Off for rows and columns, on for rows and columns, on for row only, on for column only. This is called as a grand total. Grand total is what? Which one value is put out here? This is called as a grand total. Off. This is off value. It's been that grand total is not available, right? It's a, I think so, some value is not available in our language. Grand value, total values. If it is on value, row and column, this is on. If it is off and on the row only, then you can see here row value total is available. January total, February total. If it is available from on column only, if the report layout, grand total of rows and columns, you can see here, and on columns only, this is a columns value, on for row only. So this is called row value is automatic already come from your side. So this is a row value and row value total is coming from your side. So now you have to clear idea about the grand total, report layout, plan. Yes, the another way we have to put it this data is we can drag this value and drag it. If we will left click on this value, move to report filter, this is move to row label, move to column label, column label. If you want to go for the move to beginning, unit price is beginning label. If you go for the move to ends, this is end label. So left click, this all other option is also available from your side. So you can directly use from this data. Now, in the data tab, we want to change the any record. For example, the January, February, March. January total is here. January total is here 1560, right? That's a maximum sales tax and sales before tax, sales plus tax. This is a count value. This is a count value. This is maximum sales value. If the maximum sales value, for example, the January level, sales tax, we have to clear. We have to change this value. For example, this is 180. So now you can see here the sheet number 2. It is not updated. If it is not updated, then what can I do? Data tab, refresh all. It is refresh. Why it is refresh? Whenever we will discuss the PPT, at that time we have to clear idea about all the data is coming from the cache. If the data is coming from cache, so it will be wrongly interpreted this value. So if it is cache, when we are refreshed is because all the value is available in your cache. Cache, it's what? Whenever you are created, particularly pivot table, at that time, it will be clear. Now,